Good morning. So I'm riding through Montbéliard. Strange place really. There's a citadel somewhere, but I'm not sure what it is, other than what a citadel is. Yeah, strange place. Seems like most of the town centre was rebuilt in the 70s, 80s and perhaps early 90s and nothing since. Doesn't seem to have oodles of history. Mostly high-rise accommodation and office buildings. Yeah, strange place. But anyway, that's enough of Montbéliard. I'm going to go this way, trying to find a supermarket open on a Sunday morning on election day 2022. See if I can find some water and a few bits for my lunch. And then I'm going to move on, probably another 90k to Besançon today, where I'm staying in a small cheap budget hotel. It's about 12 degrees today, pretty chilly and very wet. So I think what I'm going to do is stay in a hotel tonight and perhaps tomorrow night, and then back to the tent when the rain vanishes. But yeah, all good, and onwards this way. Alright, so now I've really arrived. I've found Lidl. That's great. I can get a bottle of water, fill up my water bottles, get what I need for lunch and move on that way. So I think this is the end of the River Doubs in Montbéliard before it turns into a canal and heads towards the Rhine over that way. So I'm going to try and find my way, and it's that direction roughly, but I think I need to be on this side of the river because my GPS is telling me that's the route I've got planned. So that's what I'm going to look for. I just found this Aldi here because I actually wanted to buy another bike lock because I'm not sure how I'm going to secure the bike if I have to stay outside a hotel with it or something like that. And I just went into this Aldi and I bought a bike lock, and the guy at the checkout is my new subscriber. We had a little chat and this is him. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. So thank you very much for that. I'm very pleased to buy that bike lock, and now I'm heading that way to Besançon. I've just picked up the cycle route now out of Montbéliard, and the village is just after. I've just found a sign for Besançon and it says 74k. But I'm heading to Baume-les-Dames for probably late morning or even lunchtime. So we'll see how we go with that. Just going to round this corner and then we'll have a look at the river and see what we've got. But this is Le Doubs, the River Doubs, and yet another change on this journey from super managed rivers to less than super managed rivers. The countryside only probably 5 minutes away from that shop, the Aldi shop where I bought the bike lock. The countryside is just fantastic. Really lovely rolling bicycle route next to the river. I think we're going to get some more of this today. So we've got the canal just here, the river just over there. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so I suspect it goes this way towards the little church. Let's go and find out. What an absolutely gorgeous little bit of canal side cycleway. Absolutely amazing. Loving it. Looks like the road up here might be a little different, but this bit's brilliant. So rural. So this is the Eurovelo 6 long distance cycleway. Really good. This little part in front of me is quite an interesting little area. You can see all 4 modes of transport coming down the valley here. You can see the railway, the canal, the road and the river. All different eras. There's quite a strong headwind today. I'm just about managing 18 kilometers an hour into it. It's quite tough. The grade here is 0, entirely level. When I was going on the hill yesterday into Switzerland, I was doing 25 uphill. It's much harder to ride along the flat into the wind than it is to ride uphill. Yeah, it's quite a headwind coming up this valley. It's quite tough this morning. Probably some of the toughest headwind I've had. Quite strong, must be 25 if not 30k an hour. Quite strong wind. But the landscape's fantastic. Just look at this. It's really nice. I've got the River Doux over there just below where I am and the canal to my left here, and I'm riding along a piece of land between the two. Coming up on the little town of Ille-sur-le-Doux, and it's the other side of this piece of high ground on my left. The canal and the river bend right round to pass through the little village or little town. Okay, after the little village, spent about 4k on the road. I did manage to get going a bit faster there. It was not quite so exposed, but now I'm back in the countryside. There's a massive natural curve in the river and a massive bowl in the land, and yeah, lots of natural tree growth rather than planted. Quite a nice landscape here. See on the hill over there, lots of radio towers and a few wind turbines, but I'm quite low down really. Just thought I'd come down here onto this little pontoon and just have a breather. Absolutely fantastic cycling on the Euro Velo 6. Probably easier going the other way today, but nonetheless it's still pretty good. Still enjoying the countryside, and I'm about 20k from Baume-les-Dames, so I'm heading there now, and yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find somewhere to have some lunch just out of the rain. But I keep looking over there because there's a couple of swans have appeared on the river. All very nice here really. Oh, there's a swan and 2 ducks actually, a white duck. Yeah. Totally amazing in the spring rain. Beautiful. Don't think I want to be doing it in the summer though, when it's about 32 degrees or more. Now's the time. Just started to come up this little hill out of the small town. This is the hill here. It's probably, I don't know, it's really weird on a GoPro, you can't really tell, but it's probably about, some of it's 7%. So I just come up here, drop down onto the smaller front ring, gone up a little way, and the chain slipped off. So I'm just about to put that back on and then carry on up the hill. I can see just up there, not very far, the road goes off and back down to the river, so that'd be quite nice. And while I do that, there's some cows down there. Alright, normal service resumed. Just come down a nice hill, 2k all the way down the hill, very nice. I'm back beside the river. Here we are, here's the river. And just come up again to another little village. I think the road continues around this way, up and up. Really quite nice. No one around, that's why it's nice. Going downhill now, into the wind and the rain. Magic. Oh dear me, the amount of effort is required to come down that slope into the wind, it's just far more effort than it was to come up the other side, up the hill. Unbelievable. Wow. Anyway, Beaume Dam is 10k that way. It's felt like an age to get there. But there we are. That's what I'm here for. Look at that. I'm not sure how much of this you get on the GoPro, but the wind, oh my god. I don't mind the terrain, I don't mind going up and down, I don't mind the rain, but pedalling downhill into the wind to get 18 kilometers an hour is ridiculous. The wind is terrible today. Oh, I've done 60k in 3 and a bit hours, which isn't too bad, but the amount of effort required, unbelievable. Beaume Dam, just here now, amazing. So tired, I just need to stop and have some lunch now. So I'm just southwest of Beaume Dam. Yeah, I didn't go into the centre, didn't need to do that. I just need to set off on this route here. Just need to find somewhere to stop now because yeah, I need a little bit of a break. But it's quite tricky. Ep11 hasn't got anywhere to stop. There doesn't seem to be any benches or many benches, and certainly no covered sheltered areas. Landscape still absolutely stunning, absolutely amazing. Feels like you're going downhill, but actually the grade is 0. with the lie of the land and the slopes, feels like a downhill segment. So I did eventually find a little shelter, and I'll put a little bit of that on the screen now. It's got everything that you need. Shelter, there's a toilet in there, and there's a sink and water. I mean, it looks a bit grubby this time of year, but in the summer it's probably fine. It's yeah, I just put a little bit on the screen as to where this is, and yeah, it might be useful to you. But today, with the weather being pretty poor, you need somewhere like this. So yeah, good place. That was a really great little spot for lunch. A little like community hut. There was even electricity in there. About 3 or 4 power sockets, you could have plugged anything in. But yeah, really good. Excellent. So on to Besançon now. Okay, just come down the last little bit of that gorge road, shared road. That was great. Now I'm on the other side of the river canal cut. I think this is the only waterway. I think they're basically the same thing here. Just gonna keep going to Besançon, which is about 16 kilometers that way. Just a little correction on that last little bit about this being the river and the canal. It's not. The river is over there to my left, and it's quite a lot lower actually. It's probably 10 to 15 meters lower than the canal. Alright, I don't want to speak too soon, but it's actually stopped raining. It's been raining for the last 7 hours, and now it's finally stopped, which is really lovely. Look at this, what a fantastic place. So this is where the river gets a bit wider, just before Besançon, and it's got to go round the citadel in Besançon. The boats go under the citadel through a tunnel, so I'm going to see if I can go through the tunnel, but if I can't, never mind. But have a look at that, fantastic. So now we're on the opposite side of the river, following along on a road this time. Still the Eurovelo 6, which I've been following all day. Good route, I'd highly recommend it. Just approaching Besançon now. I'm staying about 4 or 5k beyond Besançon tonight. Probably not going to bother looking in the town. It's a fantastic town. The citadel's really nice, but this trip isn't about looking at things like that. This trip is about this, cycling along, looking at the rest of France and Germany and the Netherlands and a little bit of Switzerland. Magic. Okay, I've just arrived in Besançon, and this is the sign that tells you all about the city. There's a tunnel just there that's going to take me underneath the citadel, which is up there, and onwards to where I need to be going, because I'm going about 5k beyond Besançon. So yeah, let's have a look at the sign and then we'll go through the tunnel. Wow, this is amazing. Big tunnel under the citadel. Okay, that might be all I get to see of downtown Besançon. I'm heading off now towards where the hotel is. I'm making one concession tomorrow to a town visit, and that is to Dole. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm staying in the town centre, so yeah, should be good. So yeah, now onwards, just looking for the hotel. So that's a pretty good view of the citadel up the top there. I'm not going to go up there, I don't think. I think I much prefer to go that way, find a hotel. I've done 110k I think today into the wind. Probably been the most challenging part of this ride, not the terrain but the wind. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day there and settle in and have an evening watching the election results in French, which should be quite amusing. Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We're going to Dole tomorrow. We're staying in the middle of Dole for the concession of the whole trip. One day in the city or in a town looking around. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.